I'll now bring to the studio Vice President Val Peterson to answer a few questions about safe return to campus, masks, and athletics. Val, welcome. First question to you, and this may be a quick answer. Will campus be closed for most of the summer semester?
It's a great question, President. Right now, we intend to be open for face-to-face in the fall. And we continue to work right now to reopen some courses. We actually have on May 18th, we'll reopen some essential programs that we have. And so you'll see some programs start to reopen this week. We continue to work closely with the state task force, and we're in communication with them on a very regular basis, and they're telling us that our numbers continue to improve, that the environment is getting better. And as that does that, I think you'll start to see us talk about bringing employees back to campus and hopefully maybe even have some face-to-face classes for the second block of this summer.
So we will be announcing, I believe, starting May 18, some buildings and some programs will open on campus, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So this Monday you'll see the Utah Fire and Rescue Academy open, and you'll see the West Campus reopen, as well as some athletic facilities reopen for athletes to start to work out again.
So please look out for some of these announcements that are important to all of us. Has construction been delayed at all?
So I'm really pleased to tell everyone that there has been no delays in our construction projects. Hopefully you're watching.
A lot of banging on campus.
Hopefully you're seeing the bridge go up over the freeway right now. It's going to become an iconic landmark on this campus. This weekend they'll put up the remainder of the girders, so it'll cross the freeway and the railway, connecting us to the intermodal center. And then construction on the business building is moving ahead. Actually might be a little ahead right now, where they're laying the foundation, and pretty soon we'll start to see pieces of the project come up out of the ground.
So construction, thankfully, that has continued. I'm glad, because we want to see our new buildings. I'm going to combine the next two questions. Is about masks. Will you be providing these for returning staff members? And what does UVU plan to do to enforce the wearing of masks per the directive given by Governor Herbert? Currently, most of the staff on campus, custodial facilities, are not wearing masks, and nothing is being done to enforce the wearing of masks. Why do we have to wear masks on campus while the vice presidents do not? Can I ask a student to leave my class if they are not wearing a mask? Will masks be required? What is considered a public area where employers should wear masks? As a supervisor, do I need to enforce this? So, Val, everything you know about masks at this moment, please share with us.
So we've ordered masks for all of our employees, and we expect those to be here in the next week and a half. And so we'll be providing those to all of our employees. As far as masks are concerned, right now Governor Herbert has issued a directive that masks be worn up and through May 15th. Mm-hmm. And then we don't know what he's going to do after that point, but we think what he'll probably do is encourage us to wear masks, because masks really are a protection of us from other people, right? It's what keeps the droplets in that they think might be contaminating the air, that causes people to get sick. And so we would encourage people to wear masks. Obviously, this is a concern because it becomes a confrontational issue. And so we want everybody to make sure that they're taking care of themselves. There's lots of things that you can do that can reduce our risks, which are making sure that we're washing our hands, that we're not touching our face, that we're social distancing just like we are right here, President. And so as we look at all these things, we need to make sure we're taking personal responsibility and that we're encouraging others to do so as well.
What preventative measures are you putting in place to stop the spread of this virus? This is again back from when employees return, and you might want to talk about air circulation as well in our buildings.
So first of all, as far as our cleaning goes, we're following the CDC guidelines. Our disinfectants, all the things that we have that way, making sure that our custodial services is doing that upgraded cleaning, especially high-touch areas, doorknobs, light switches. And so that will continue. We'll continue to follow those CDC guidelines. We also would encourage our own employees to take care of their own personal areas, making sure they're wiping down their keyboards, their personal spaces, that they're being proactive and making sure that they're keeping themselves safe as well. It's not just about the institution, it's about each one of us individually. And so we also have filters in our air system, and so we're talking about increasing our airflow on campus to make sure we have better circulation, that you have more air flowing to keep our spaces more filtered and cleaner air to breathe.
This is actually a really important point because the virus spreads more in tight, enclosed spaces where you have sustained exposure to it. So this ventilation and filtering is really important. You mentioned cleaning, and there are quite a few questions about cleaning. If we are responsible for cleaning, how often should we be cleaning public areas? What should we do if we cannot get enough cleaning supplies? Can we coordinate cleaning supplies at the campus level?
So again, we're making sure we're cleaning campus to CDC guidelines. We'll continue to do that, making sure that we're increasing that. But obviously, that doesn't replace what we do on our own personal basis, within our own personal spaces, our offices, areas like that. We've also ordered sneeze guards for public areas that we'll be putting into place. We've ordered additional hand sanitizer stations. Just this morning I was on the phone ordering more hand sanitizer. Obviously it's hard to get a hold of, but we think we found a source for that. We have some Clorox wipes right now, and so departments will be able to order those from the warehouses. We're going to try to consolidate that, as well as getting additional cleaning supplies like spray bottles and rags from custodial services if department wants it. So I think that we're doing a good job of getting ready to address those issues once employees come back to campus.
What's the protocol if an employee tests positive for COVID-19? And will supervisors need to conduct health checks each day?
So we'll continue to follow CDC guidelines. If somebody does come down with COVID-19, first thing we'll want to make sure they get tested, and then we'll want to make sure that we're doing tracing to see who they've had contact with. If they've had substantial contact with different employees, we'll ask them to leave the campus and self-isolate for 14 days so we can see if there's any issues there. So we'll continue to follow the same guidelines we did before we closed down campus here as we reopen campus.
All right, final question. Is there a chance we don't have athletics for the 2020-21 academic year? If that happens, what will happen to all the staff? Our athletic teams and their trainers and coaches dedicate their lives to their craft and to representing UVU at the highest levels. What can be done to help ensure that their jobs are secure and that they are compensated even if sports are postponed or canceled, and to uphold the scholarships and support promised to student athletes?
So right now we're planning that we'll have athletics this fall. We're not quite sure what that might look like, whether or not there'll be fans there or not.
Honestly, I miss athletics.
We're right now meeting with the WAC and having those discussions about what it might look like. Could it be just conference play? But right now we're planning that we'll have some form of athletics in the fall, and that we'll continue on with exciting athletic contests that we can either view or watch remotely or hopefully in person, President.
All right, we can look forward to that. My pom-poms are getting lonely. So thank you very much to Vice President Val Peterson